Okay. Why won't this load? My eye's bugging me, man. Okay. Okay, if you say I'm live, then show that I'm live. Oh my god, what is wrong with you? You are bugging me very, very much so. Hello? I'd really appreciate it if you would load. I've been live for my eyes bugging me, and it's making me a little irritated. Okay, so still not working. I don't know why you won't show up that I'm live. It should be, there we go. Is that so difficult? Oh god. I sound so whiny. I don't know how anybody can talk to me. Oof. Gross. Okay, but let's see. I want to see. I just want to see if the music is even working. Headphones are working. Is it? What can I hit? Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay. Uh-oh. Hold on. Whoa. That is a lot louder. I do not need it that high. Maybe like that. That's loud. Okay. Just testing out my voice. Doo-doo. Okay, that works. Cool. Anyway, so now we're back with Terraria. Last time we used our mana crystal and we found 2 heart crystals. We're coming back with Crud, character Crud, in Unknown Kadaf. If you see... Oh, it does not show when it was last edited. Well, pinky promise, I did not play since last night. Did not. So I guess we will start. If you remember from last time, uh-oh, it's raining. That's fine. We're just chilling. I suppose we can start digging down. The idea here is why'd that music change? Whoa. That's not menacing. Okay. But now we are just digging down. At some point it will be important to have a very deep hole. As bad as that sounds. In Terraria, there is... There's an underworld. I don't know if I really want to call it like hell or whatever. I guess it's more similar to like the Nether. But anyway, there's resources down there to be gained, to be conquered. And it will be important to get those resources. I don't think we can really use said resources right now. Sorry, I gotta kill the other one. But it will be important at some point. So, why not start the hunt now, right? Okay, so, like I said, this is going to be kind of boring at the moment because it's just digging down. So I will try to be as interesting as possible.
as we do this. The point here... Oh wait, I already said the point. I'm being redundant. The point is clear. You need to make... because it's raining out. Not very pleasant out. So it could be good progress, you know, not to just like sit here, but to actually like do something. It's kind of always something to do in this game. Something to make it easier, something, you know, whatever. No, that was his own fault. I didn't cause that. Shouldn't have ran down, I guess. I don't know. We're just looking... I don't know how useful clay is at the moment. I'm sure it's like a building block or whatever. I've never really like used it in Terraria. I mean, maybe once or twice for building, but not enough to remember. Oh God, my eye. Not enough to remember how useful it is. Alright, so... let's just go back. And I suppose if we really wanted to, we could explore down that way. But... there's really... Cool. So, is that blink root? That looks to be amethyst. Amethyst, okay. And then there's orange bloodroot. Okay. So like this orange bloodroot, I can't really do anything with it right now, but I can use it to make orange dye. Which, at some point, if I get bored of looking at my boring tools, could be useful. Not very interesting. I'm gonna have to get better at this. But... whatever. It's a learning curve, I suppose. In reality. In all actuality. So... doesn't look like there's really anything useful over here. Oh, that one gave me platinum. which slimes have been known to do. They have a, what's it called? A loophole, I guess. I think these are supposed to be skulls. It's kind of grotesque. It doesn't appear that there's really anything of significance over here. So we'll continue onwards. Onwards and upwards. Not really upwards, but... Oh, look. There's another boulder. Do I risk messing with it? See, this right here is what caused that boulder to fall on me before. A nice feature of this is you can... Oh my god, I can't focus. My eye. I promise I don't like this. Oh, hello. Is this your main channel? Did you get it? Oh. This is your... what? I'm a little confused. I thought you lost this account. Interesting. What's up with that? We're not gonna hold this blood root because it's not really useful. The only dyes I've ever really used are dyes I can only get from the trader. Sometimes. So I don't really see a point in making my own, you know. But anyway. Where I went before. That's what I was exploring before. Remember? I do. You and the couch. I have no idea what the context is. It's talked about a lot. I unfortunately do not have a couch. My room is far too small for that, as you can see. This wall, that one right there, that one right there, that's the limit. That's the extent. That's it. So, unfortunately, no room for a couch. What does that sound? I'm gonna leave this off for a second, because I keep hearing a sound, but I'm not sure what it is. I think I might be getting crazy. Hello, Harley Dad. How are you guys? I'm sure you guys have heard me say it before, but I'm not the most interesting person, so responsible. Is that me? What is that sound? It's like a chirp. Kind of sounds like a smoke detector that's like losing battery, but it's like, I don't know, man. was that sound? I'm going crazy. Oh, it is. Oh, that's because it is my fire alarm. Uh-oh. I don't have any batteries for that. The entire time I've been here, I don't think my smoke alarm has died once. But it is now chirping. Interesting. Well, the thing is... Hello! Hello, hello. I don't see you guys very often. Really? I mean, oh my god. That fire alarm is irritating me. I game a lot anyway. I mean, when I'm not busy with homework. So I just figured, you know, might as well. You know? Can't hurt. I'm doing it anyway, so there's no point in not. You know? So, that's my reasoning. Probably not the best reasoning. I probably should care more about movies, but I really don't. Now, fire alarm. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Never done that before. It's not even like sounding like there's a fire. It's like... Doop. Annoying. Seven people watching me. Probably the most people I've had watching me ever. I'm in the big leagues now. Stop. And 9 likes. Wow. I haven't really paid attention to that kind of thing. I mean, sometimes I'll look and like, I have 1 or 2 views, which is cool, but like I said before, it's not really that important. You know? Well, I'm sure you guys know. I'm almost out of torches. Quit. I should replace that as soon as possible. But the likelihood of a fire starting as I'm streaming is very low, so I'm not super worried about it. But it's always important to replace the batteries in your smoke detectors. The funny thing is, there's never batteries. Okay, have fun. Enjoy yourself. Not exactly sure how long I'll be on here. I don't have to get up really late, but my eye was really bothering me, so I did not finish my reading for class tomorrow. So I will have to do that before class tomorrow. Which is fine. C'est la vie. It is a little annoying, though. Stop it. Okay. It is chirping. I'm gonna try to ignore it. Try to focus. Oh, there's a gnome! I don't know, I forgot how to capture them. I think for a while after they move, they like get stuck. or like freeze in place or whatever. I'm not sure. I've seen 2 like gnomes before in this world. Cloaked Scuttler's Jewel. What do you do? Stealth Strike projectiles spawn a jewel spike when destroyed. Can also be broken down at an extractinator. I'm gonna hold on to that, because I don't think I'll be using that. But I do have an extractinator, so maybe I'll see what that does. I think this jewel thing, this accessory, is exclusive to this mod, however. Because I do not think I've ever seen that in vanilla Terraria. It's called vanilla Terraria, or most games that aren't modded are called vanilla, because they're like unmodified. And people usually think of like vanilla things, like vanilla cake or vanilla ice cream or whatever, as unflavored, or like vanilla being like a basic flavor. I guess it kind of is, but Terraria is like your flavored cake or ice cream or whatever, you know? Just thought that was an important point of clarification. I know that because I've been doing this a while. And I can also understand why you would not know that. Quit chirping. Do we have any rope? We do. Let's take that out. Of course. This freaking slime. Freaking slime! I just want a way to get up. I didn't know fire alarms would do that so often. I thought it would take, like, longer for that, like, the chirps, in between chirps. This one is not doing that. It's very persistent. Wants me to not die, I guess, I don't know. Isn't it so interesting that, maybe I'm just dumb, but isn't it so interesting how, like, when a smoke detector loses battery, it still has, like, enough to, like, chirp, you know? Because in order to chirp, right, it has to have some form of power to chirp, unless I'm just wrong. But at least that's how it seems to be. I don't know. Just wondering. Just inquiring. But yeah, so right now, I mean, we haven't upgraded our axe. It's just not really that important. The only thing upgrading our axe, at least right now, is going to do is increasing the speed at which we can mine or chop down trees. It's really mining because, you know, everything else is mining. You're not really chopping. Well, I guess in this one you are. In Minecraft, you don't really chop down trees. But anyway. So yeah, so we're just exploring. I'm trying to keep an eye out on little, like, nodes. Like, remember when I mined that, like, little node thing and the sapphire popped out? We need, I think, to progress in the magic storage mod, or whatever we have installed, we need an emerald. Come on, man. I can't have you jump down here by myself. Okay, so anyway, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna come down here, and this is gonna be a little annoying. Unfortunately, there's nothing for us to do until we find like a cave to dump the water into. It won't be too difficult, because there's always a cave below you in Terraria. Always. Yeah, see, like this. It's not a cave that really leads anywhere, so the water is just going to be kind of stuck. But that's platinum down there. And it's always going to have some platinum. Platinum will allow us to fight one of, I mean, it's not like the first boss you fight. I mean, maybe it is. I think it's a kind of a difficult boss to defeat as your first one. But maybe I'm just bad at the game. It's good to... Had to check my phone, I apologize. Well, yeah. We want to go over here and collect this platinum. There's also a blink root over there. I don't think at the moment we have the means to make potions, but blink roots, I think, are used to make shine potions. Mobs, or monsters, I don't know if they can spawn in the dark. Like, in Terraria, I guess. I know they can. Or not in Terraria, in Minecraft, I guess. I know they can. But not in Terraria. I think the only way for a mob or a monster to spawn is if you don't have, like, a wall. Like I said before, like, walls are necessary or monsters will, like, spawn in them. I don't think, like, adding torches even really, like, change the mob spawn rate or whatever. Because we've fought a couple monsters in lit areas in these caves so far, so... Yes. But yeah, so streaming is fun, you know. It's a lot more fun when you're not, like, trying to get views or whatever. Like, if you're just talking into the void, it's a lot more fun. Because I talk to myself when I play video games all the time, right? I like to work things out in my head. Because things can get kind of messy sometimes, you know? So, it can just be good to voice my thoughts in a way that is productive. I'm trying to sound like a crazy person, but that is the truth. Oh, that scared me. I knew what it, or well, I thought I knew what it was, and I was right. In the end, but when a worm was going through the earth, or through the water, it freaked me out because it had like a weird like effect. Looked like a big like fish or like serpent or something, I don't know. Freaked me out is the point. Let's see. I'm supposed to be mining a hole, but I don't know. Can be good for ores, I guess, you know? Oop, there's my log. I'm gonna be right back. I apologize. I am back now. I had to fix my smoke alarm and take my medication. There's 4 people watching today. Sorry, I'm just locking in. Okay. We're good. Okay. So there's a slime that will not leave me alone. So, I'm going to kill him. He is dead. Okay. So, oh, stop. I need to get better at controlling my character. I find myself pushing the wrong buttons often. Whether it's Terraria or Minecraft or whatever. It's like my brain cannot process what my hands are supposed to be doing. Cool. Stop doing that. Okay. The neat thing about my trident is when I'm in water, when I'm in a fluid, actually I think it's just water, when I'm in water, it will, like, make me really fast. It just improves mobility in water, which is very nice. Water, at least in this stage of the game, is very annoying to traverse because it's like slows you down and it's not awesome. It's not awesome trying to, you know, progress in the game when the water impedes your progress. Well, yeah, so we're kind of just looking, seeing, you know, whatever. It's not super, like, high stakes that we get this, like, in Terraria we call it a elevator, because basically it's one big, long, tube or tunnel or whatever leading into the underworld. God, my eye. That helps get to the underworld faster. I guess it's not technically completely necessary, but it makes things a lot easier. That's really not that difficult. At least it's not that difficult before you get, or until you get to the lava place, or the lava area. There's lava in Terraria, and in order to get further down, sometimes you have to find a way to get past, like, massive lava pools or pockets underground. Sorry. Which isn't really the worst thing. It just makes it a little more annoying. But nothing significant enough really to complain about. There are certainly worse things in life, right? So, oh, I thought this like dirt pillar thing was a structure. I thought there was going to be what's it called? One of those little underground houses or whatever, which sometimes there is. I guess what we can do is take a look. I don't know, over here, I suppose. Oh look, there's a tree. A little wooden tree. Similar to the ones that we saw yesterday. In some places in the world, there's trees, like, underground, with root systems that lead very far underground. The root systems are the ones, at least here, they're not, like, massive. Just a little peep, I guess. But yeah, let's, I don't know. So we're just gonna knock those down, because they look ugly when they're not. I don't like them, staggered like that, the blocks. I much prefer to have it, like, slope, you know? In case anybody is wondering, this little yellow box that appears on the screen, it's called a smart cursor. It just makes things a little easier. Instead of having to aim at every single block you break, you can kind of just point in the general direction. It'll mine for you. Or not mine for you, but it'll aim for you, I guess. Is a better way to put that. So, anyway, we're gonna fill up this little hole. Because I don't want to leave the world looking, like, ugly, I guess. It's very... Oop, there was a wolfram thing right there. They're not really scary. They're more just, like, inconvenient. More of, like, a nuisance. But not bad. Not bad to handle. The reason I say they're inconvenient is because they damage you. They don't damage you much, but they damage you and they run away really fast. And then they damage you and they run away really fast. And I don't think I've ever died from one, but I guess the possibility's still there, right? But yeah, so we got some tungsten, got some coins, we got a potion recall, that, and some bombs. I guess we could take the wooden arrows too, but we don't need this living wood wand or the leaf wand because we already have one each. So, there's really no point in grabbing those. Anyway, I've been thinking about this recently, right? Maybe I'm the only one. But, isn't it interesting how you look at certain things, right? Like, I don't know, money, I guess, right? You look at something like money, and some people, they struggle to get money their whole life, right? Some people spend their whole lives being insanely poor, right? But then, when certain people, including some of those people, get money, it's like, oh well, you know, money is not really an object anymore. You know, it's kind of just there. You know, it's good to have, but when you're rich, you know, it's not something that you're really worried about. You know, you can spend money without worrying. You know, and I think there's something to be said there. I'm not trying to get all, you know, into, you know, the selfish nature of mankind or whatever, but I just find it interesting how sometimes we strive our whole lives for certain things, and sometimes we get them, sometimes we don't. But when we do get them, it's not like we really always value them, you know? Once you get them, and you can get them in easy supply, or they're really easy to get, like a job that pays you, I don't know, 6 figures, right? You're making $200,000 a year, right? Money means less to you when you're making $200,000 a year versus when you're making $30,000 a year, right? When you're making $30,000 a year, it feels like every penny counts. And to some degree, yeah, it does, right? But when you're, I don't know, making $200,000 a year, or $1 million a year, or $1 billion a year, whatever, money slowly loses value, I guess. Not on like a global scale, but on a personal scale, you know? Money's important, as I'm sure we all know. But it's like, I don't know. The reason why I mention this is because I was looking at those wands, right, in that chest, and I looked at them before when I first got them, first set, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll grab it because, well, look, necessary. Well, not really necessary, but might be convenient to have, right? And then I saw that second set of wands, and I didn't grab them because I didn't need them. Right, I already have them. I don't know. I guess for some people, maybe I am just like an odd case or whatever, you know, like, I don't know. I think of, when I say things like that, right, I think of, like, Buddhism, right? Oof! Ooh! I was not careful there. I almost just died. You see how much damage that did to me? Oh my god! Ridiculous! Criminal! Anyway, as I was saying, sorry if my eyes look. As I was saying, in Buddhism, right, it teaches you, in certain schools at least, I think most schools, it teaches you about, the dangers of, like, attachment or whatever, right? A pretty good example, or a pretty good story of this need to separate, one from... Oh my god, I can't form a sentence. One from attachment. The story goes, right, like, I don't know, know, you're out in this forest or whatever, and this was long ago in ancient India, so probably doesn't really apply today. I mean, in spirit, I guess it does, but it doesn't really make sense today, right? But you're stranded in, like, the forest or whatever, right? And you need to get across a river. So you chop down, you know, a couple trees, you chop down a couple vines, whatever, and you fashion a raft, right? And once you fashion this raft, you can go across the river safely, unimpeded. But once you get across, right, you no longer have a need for said boat, right? So I guess if you really wanted to, you could technically, like, carry the boat with you, right? But if you did that, it wouldn't do you any good, right? It would just slow you down in a way, right? So it teaches you that there's many things in life that are similar to that, right? Like, if I collect every single, I don't know, rock, right? I like rocks. Rocks are pretty cool. I think rocks are, you know, pretty, right? But if I collect every single rock I find, it kind of, like, loses its value, right? So I think it makes sense, you know? You don't get much time on this earth. You don't get much time on this earth, right? Maybe 80 years, if you're lucky in most cases, right? And one day, all people need to come to the realization that death is inevitable. And, you know, it's kind of a scary thought, you know? I'll admit. Is that rock up there? I can't tell. It's freaking me out. Where's my ropes? Anyway, at some point, you need to come to terms with the fact that you will die one day. Not trying to be morbid, but that's just the truth. Inevitably, one day, no matter how healthy you are, no matter how important you are, one day, you will die. Okay? So, you could spend your entire life searching for riches, power, fame, recognition, whatever, right? But in the end, right, what's really the point? You know? Whether or not you believe in life, in afterlife, is, in this case, pretty relevant. Right? Because if you believe in some kind of afterlife, right, I don't think there's any religion, and I could be wrong to say this, but I don't think there's any religion, really, that has a take riches and don't, like, the afterlife clause, or whatever, right? It seems like most religions, if not all religions, kind of have a death is final, this absolute, right? You may live, you know, forever in some afterlife, but once your time on Earth is spent, that's it. Right? So, you know, I just find it really interesting, you know, how some people cling on, that's a language, cling on to, you know, something that doesn't really help anybody, doesn't really help them, you know? I could spend my whole life making billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. But when I die, right? When I pass away and my body's in a casket, what really did I accomplish? You know? Became super rich, but intrinsically, there's really nothing special about my life, you know? Money, right? Paper money, at least. I'm trying to remember what it's called in economics. But paper money, at least, has no intrinsic value, right? There's no reason for anybody to really find absolute, unending intrinsic value to it. Right? It's just paper. And yes, I'm not saying, you know, money's unimportant. Right? We need money to, or some kind of currency to be able to function as a society. That's been the case for millennia, right? But the difference is, back then, right, certain currencies were made of, like, copper or gold, right? Things with actual intrinsic value, right? In recent history, right, we learn that there's certain minerals, certain ores, or whatever, that are very hard to be made naturally, right, in the universe. So, when something like gold is made, right, it takes very, very immense pressure and power to fuse molecules into something that is like gold. Right? Gold is a very heavy atom. And it's like, I think people say it's like the only way to form it is like in a supernova, or like just something with massive amounts of energy, right? And so, you know, something like gold, I guess, really does have intrinsic value. And I guess one could argue that it kind of doesn't, right? Because without humans, you know, without something to enjoy gold, without something to find value in gold, does it really have value? You know? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying, you know, without humans, nothing is important. But to say that something's inherently valuable, I don't know, I'm just rambling. Anyway, I don't know what, as I was saying, I find it interesting how quickly, some people move on to certain things. I guess also, in some cases, it's kind of a good thing, you know? If you form an attachment to absolutely everything, you know, every rock you find that's pretty, every bottle cap you find, whatever, then you form attachments to things that probably shouldn't have attachments formed around it. Does that make sense? You know, I think if we spent more time focusing on what actually matters, right? Like the social well-being or physical well-being of the people of our species, right? The members of our communities, right? If we focused on things like that, it would make an infinitely bigger impact than it would if I spent my whole life accumulating massive amounts of wealth, right? I'm not trying to get all political, I guess, you know. But sometimes life's political. I don't know. I'm just saying, I think, something to think about, you know? I think about these things often, all the time. But it's kind of my thing, you know? I'm a philosophy major, so I do be thinking sometimes. But yeah. This pyramid is deep, man. How big is this pyramid? How is it that big? Should have already been inside of it now. Oh, I'm in the pyramid, but should already be in the corridors. I don't know why this pyramid's walls are so thick. Am I digging through the bottom of it? Oh, there's a chamber. Worried me for a moment. Okay. So, I could be wrong, but I don't think, at least, in vanilla Terraria. Ooh, that's useful. What do I want to get rid of instead? Climbing claws. This one negates fall damage, right? This one negates fall damage, but it won't allow me to get back up to my base. I mean, I guess I have recall potions. Okay, let's put this here. Actually, we're gonna keep that there. We're gonna move these climbing claws. I apologize for leaving. I really should have paused my game, because I totally could have died there. But anyway, these pyramids are pretty good with providing like money. Often you can find just bags and piles of just coins. It's very nice. This pyramid is deep, man. See? Oh, there's the Crimtane. This can mine Crimtane, can't it? Wait, that's also... I want to grab that. Oh. Yes, platinum. Cool. time is it? Okay. Okay. So, that was, I mean, not a waste. We just happened to go down to the end of the, Doi. Wow, I can't speak. Wow. Focus. There's some topaz. I'm gonna grab this crimtane. I don't think right now I can really do anything with it until I fight the Brain of Cthulhu. There's another one of our bosses that we will be fighting at some point soon. To be honest, probably not tonight, because it is getting kinda late. But certainly sometime also in the near future. Ugh, the sand is annoying. Let me up! Okay. So let's continue by digging down into the earth. Yes. When it comes to ores, it's good to have a pickaxe with a high, pickaxe power. That's what it's called right here. 55% pickaxe power. So the higher the power, the better the ores you can mine. Right? Base level pickaxes can't mine all the ores. You gotta... Ooh, I almost just died, and that totally would have killed me. Can't even say I'm glad I was careful, because that was totally my bad. I was not careful whatsoever there. Well, yeah. There's these trees. These gem trees that, you can plant, and they will, like, they'll grow back into the gem trees, like the gem corns, like acorns, will turn back into gem trees. And these gem trees are good because they will generate like infinite. As long as you plant a gem corn, they will plant or give you infinite amounts of gems. Right, whatever gem you want. This bat is. Yes. I just wanted to expand the platform over a little bit. Anyway. That was a pretty big ore vein. Oh, we're not even... What was I doing? I removed that, but what was I trying to replace it with? Not the staff, no. No, no, no. No, no. No, 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 no. Okay. What was I trying to replace it with? I genuinely can't remember. Whatever it was, I don't have it now. Let's make it torches. Torches are very annoying in this game because you're constantly running out. All the time. It's like no matter how much you make. Anyway, this is some silt. And this is some crimtane. That's weird. That effect was strange. With the red glow of the crimtane ore, I was not sure what that ore was. I thought it was a new one. But it was just red dyed tungsten. Okay. So pop that jar. Let's mine this ore. Wow, that was a big vein. No. That was a very big vein. I was scared. I thought that was a shark for a second. Anyway, if you notice up there, we want to be careful. Look at that. That's dynamite. That will explode, but I think it'll only explode if I touch that. So if I break this detonator, will you explode? Apparently not, which is good, because if we did step on that detonator and that dynamite or explosives did blow up, be screwed. Can you jump up, please? Goodness. We have this cute little jellyfish statue. We don't have much use right now for statues. What is that? I can't tell if that is a heart or not. I guess not. It just looks like a soul. No! Oh! The cobweb saved me! Why are there so much traps in this? Leave me alone. Dumb. Dumb. Very dumb. Okay. Do we want to get rid of anything? I suppose these sandstone bricks, sandstone blocks. Some sapphires. Well, we could do hardened sand blocks. Mud blocks. Keep the silt. And I need to start dodging more. I'm not gonna lie. I've been taking a lot of damage since I haven't been being careful. Okay. Anyway, so oh look, there's another gem tree. I think it's just topaz, which we already have. But extra gems, I guess, can't hurt, right? That was a little... Oh look! Skeleton Trader! or whatever it's called, undead trader, or trader, wow, trader. He is undead, a skeleton, who is also a trader. Merchant, skeleton, oh, are you a skeleton merchant? You've got a real backbone coming way down here. How about you buy something? Certainly could, maybe. Torches for the right price of 50 copper? It's pretty expensive for... No. Spelunker glow sticks, not bad. Counterweight. Yo-yos in this game are pretty cool. Giant shell, thick defense. Carton of milk. It's a consumable. Rope. Okay, I like this. Let's buy that. Let's buy that, and let's buy that. Those are pretty good. Let's see. I guess we can do away with that and replace it with this magic lantern. Where are you supposed to be? Oh, interesting. We didn't have to do that. Well, we can replace that. And this one regenerates 1 per. And we'll place that, I guess. I guess we'll be regenerating less health. But still doing okay. What I want to do. Here's some more silt over here. Are you topaz? You are topaz. Okay. And there's some tungsten over here. Very cool. Yeah, so there's that. That's all well and good. Nope, 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 I did not want to do that. Take me back up, please. Another boulder! How do I keep... Is there just more boulders in this game now? Oh my god. Having a boulder thing underwater is criminal. Immoral. Wrong. Disgusting. Dumb. Not nice. Irritating. Etc. Let's find this. My bet is it's tungsten. Yes, it's tungsten. Look at how smart I am. So there's some tungsten. And then what I can do... Oh my goodness, my eyes. Well, it's really more my eye, really. It is both eyes, often. but right now it's 1. But yeah, so this is the mushroom biome. We do not need the mushroom torch. I don't know how much space I can really, or how much, like, new stuff I can really get. Like, it seems like we've already kind of, like, used the maximum of our storage. There's a mushroom house down there, and I want to get it, but I don't think I have enough space. I have all this. There's tons of stuff. Let's see on the map, how far are we? If we go to this tree, we can go down here, go all the way back up, or we'll be right late. Or if we go to this tree, we could really just go straight down, which might be more worth our time. So, I suppose let's do that. Nope. I just want to see which ores or what goes where. Because on the off chance, you know, it's just easier to do this than trying to sort it yourself, you know? When you could just clear it, right? At some point, you know, I can go through the effort of making, I don't know, everything perfect, or whatever, you know? Sorting my storage to the best of my capabilities. Right now, it's just really not worth it, you know? Yeah. Anyway, here's the merchant. Let's sort. It's not those. Sort. Where are our coins from that? Where are our coins? A lot of potions. Where's our coins? Surely we had more than that. We had to have more than that. We had to have had more than that. Wow, English is hard. That. Let's craft up some bars. We got tons of iron bars. 186 total iron. We got a decent amount of tungsten. And we got an okay amount of platinum. Not a bad haul. What I wanted to do, though, is I wanted my coins. Where did I put my coins? That's a lot of tin that I didn't craft up. I'm not seeing it. Then I'm not really sure why. It's a little annoying. But there's really nothing I can do about it. Yeah, so. Anyway, we have this merchant here, and this merchant will sell us a couple different things, right? Wormhole potion, teleport secret party member, a bug net, pretty cool, piggy bank, mining helmet, a sickle, which isn't a bad early game weapon, but we're not going to be using it, and a forest pylon. Anyway, we don't really have any interest in what he's selling, at least not at the moment. Maybe at some point. Oh look, there's our golden bird. Whatever, it's not worth it. If I really was, you know, that desperate, I could catch it and then sell it because, the merchant likes that kind of thing. They like to buy golden animals. Golden squirrels. I think you're scary, kind of. But I have some pretty solid... I like this. We'll replace this with that, because it does basically the same thing, but better. Just pyramid. Not sure where... Sorry, bad at focusing. Okay. So I guess it's really not important that we do... Oh, cool. Interesting. So that's the whole pyramid? Not that much content. In this very tiny pyramid. We have the climbing claws still. Okay. This is what I'm saying. They're annoying. They go under the ground where you can't reach them with most weapons. I mean, this one is a spear, so... Oh wait. I didn't even need to come all the way out here. I mean, it's not bad that I did, but it was just unnecessary. I need to go back to that second tree. That was the important one. That's what I was talking about. This one. Look at that. Directly leads into it. And that's just tin. Some iron. Okay. So I just want to see what these ores over here are. I welcome all ores, but if it's platinum, I welcome it even more. Tungsten. Some more tungsten down there. Okay. Some more tin. What is that up there? That diamonds? It's like shining. Oh, it's iron ore? What? Anyway. I'm so paranoid, because, like, what if I'm mining, right? And I ignore, like, I don't know, a heart crystal, because I just don't find it necessary to go mine it, right? Like, it'd be kind of dumb. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, so this is a mushroom biome. If you couldn't tell by the massive amounts of mushrooms. Very much a mushroom biome. These mushroom biomes, depending on how big they are, sometimes they have like special chests, special loot specific to the biomes. And I guess that's the case with like almost everything in Terraria, but I don't know. I find the mushroom biomes cool. I think the mushroom biomes are pretty and neat. Cool looking. Unpleasant shroomerang. That's 25. I think we found a new weapon. Let's try it out. This one is long range and it's fast. Let's see. Bam, 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 bam. Don't even gotta get close. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. And there's a yo-yo. It's not the best stats for a yo-yo. If we were really so inclined to keep this one specific yo-yo, we probably could, and just change the stats with a goblin tinkerer. I don't see a purpose in that. We're kind of far off from a goblin tinkerer at the moment, so it would just be a waste of time. Gold coin, some glow sticks, recall potion, teleportation potion, feather fall potion, disables all airborne flight recovery, a tungsten bar, and this one makes me faster, this one makes me hit faster. I'm gonna do that one. And then we can check this chest. Torches, invisibility potion, healing potion, platinum bar, that's nice, and a base level shoe spike. Not really that useful. Toss this one, then we can mine this chest, and then we can toss this as well. I don't know why it keeps spitting out. What? What? What am I even trying to say? Oh, statue. So, some statues, not all of them, but some of them, they have, like, interesting effects, I guess you could say. They have interesting effects. Oh, there's a heart crystal right there. Look at that. About to increase my health. Just a little bit. Oh, 2 heart crystals. I promise. 3! Oh my god, because there's another one down there. That's 3 heart crystals in one go. That's insane. Anyway, the unfortunate thing about this, though, is, if we're not using the trident in the water, we move slow again. Which is a little annoying. Cool. So let's find that. Let's mine that. And let's mine this tungsten. And it doesn't look like there's any like other chests or whatever. So we're gonna get back to the surface because we're gonna like start losing. Yep, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at how fast we lost that health. We were, you know, drowning for not that long at all. You know, in real life, if you're drowning. I was trying to make a joke, but it wasn't very funny. So I'm not gonna do that. So yeah. I'm not seeing... Are the green jellyfish more, like, violent or whatever than... not green jellyfish? Oh my goodness. Leave me alone. Everything wants me. So, there's all this down here. All this down here. It looks like there's some silt there. So, let's go for that. We just got a significant boost in our power level. With this, thing that I got the, what's it called? I don't even know what is the purpose. Oops, I'm pushing the wrong button. There we go. That's all I wanted to do there. What goes down there? I never know what is and isn't a thing. No, on my luck, I'm gonna pass something that I really need. Anyways, there's this mushroom chest, right? An extractor, a shroom minecart, platinum, gravitation, potion, glow stick, and throwing knives. I don't really need the throwing stuff. I don't really use the throwing stuff. I'm not gonna use these mushroom torches either. I guess they're pretty, but I'm not trying to be aesthetic. You know? That looks like some kind of ore right there. I was mistaken. Okay. That's some platinum up there. If I really want it. Did I end up grabbing that flying carpet? I think that's what I was trying to replace it with, but I just completely forgot. Or maybe that wasn't it. Maybe... I don't know, man. I really don't know. Sapphire. Cool. We're just digging up. Not really digging up, but what I want to do, and it's really not important that I do this, but I really don't like really, I don't know, deep puddles of water, right? Really deep bodies of water. The oceans, I guess, are an exception because the oceans have like ocean exclusive, you know, like materials, mobs or whatever. So I guess it makes sense there, right? But with like this like puddle of water, whatever, right? Like, yeah, I guess you can get jellyfish, but you can get jellyfish in any body of water in Terraria. You know, it's not like specific. Anyway, it's a pretty nice thing, because you can, you know, dig a little tunnel, whatever, and then dig a little bit more, right, and then pop up. These little blue dots, they're not anything really special, they're just mushroom seeds. So if you break a dirt block that is touching it, it'll spread to it. That's what a seed does. Pretty basic. Don't think I need to explain that. Empty some of the ocean into there, I suppose. the water is so scary. It's gonna be scary for a while because I have no means of like breathing underwater. At some point, I probably will. But as of right now, I do not. So I am very much at the mercy of the surrounding like materials or whatever around me. And it would help greatly if my eye wasn't bugging out all the time. But yeah, so like, even now, right, there's this massive, like, puddle here. Can't do anything with it. Like, I don't think mushrooms will grow, like, under here. And, you know, these flat, wide open spaces are good for, like, farming the blue mushrooms. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I just think the giant water puddles look clunky. And a little dumb. So let's look over here. It seems like we've explored really the majority of these mushroom caverns. Okay, I'm back. What's up, guys? Okay. I'm back now. Life crystal up there. There is a life crystal up there. You might be wondering, how do you know that? Well, a nice thing is, about Terraria, is if you look at a specific block on the map, right? It'll say, you know, I guess I can use an example. So, like, see this life crystal right here, right? If you zoom in, life crystals have a specific little color. And if you look at those colors, you can see, oh, this says life crystal. because it has that color, and you can hover over it, and it says crystal. And it only does that to, like, entities. Yeah, so if I really wanted to, I can start searching for those red. I mean, like, there's pots, right? Pot here, pot there, whatever. We're interested in this, like, I don't know, rose color, almost? Rosé. But I'm not seeing any more that is immediately nearby. Some may call this cheating, but I don't know, it seems like it's a feature. You know? If you weren't supposed to utilize it, wouldn't be there. You know? Terraria has been out for years. Years at this point. I think if they didn't want it, they would change it. But anyway, we just changed our health. We've more than doubled our health. Compared to when we started. Not this stream. We started with 100 health, I think, and we have 220. Or no, we started the stream with like 140. So we haven't more than doubled it yet. But that's okay. No worries at all. So yeah, it seems like the Mushroom Caverns is done. Let's use a potion. And let's dump off some more stuff. Deposit all. Deposit all. Deposit all. Cool. Very cool. So, now that we did that, we could test this out, right? Negates fall damage. So if I do this, I should not die. No, yes. I did not end up dying. I definitely want to be careful, because ow. Let's see. Let's just take a second to breathe. Ooh, look at that boulder. Oh, freaking boulder. Seems like I survived that. Avoided any danger. It's probably unnecessary that I'm collecting this many ores, considering I have probably, well, Wow, my eyes are bugging. Damn. We have this platinum pickaxe, right? But we don't have platinum armor. We don't have platinum axe. So even though we have the best pickaxe available to us at the moment, and I'm not counting Crimtane because I think for like anything significant as far as Crimtane goes, you need what is it called? I think they're called tissue samples. Like, whatever. But anyway, you get them from killing the Brain of Cthulhu. The Brain of Cthulhu drops... Well, his little, like, minions or whatever drop tissue samples. I think those are what it's called. And these tissue samples is what's used to make really any, like, significant Crimtane thing. I think maybe I can make, like, a pickaxe or something. But I don't really see a point in that. I think the best way of getting Crimtane is not finding it in the world itself, but by fighting the Eye of Cthulhu. Which, at the moment, I don't think we have... I mean, we have a suspicious eye, so I guess technically we totally could? But just because you can do something doesn't mean you probably should, right? I think that's a fair, you know, statement. That was a lot of silt. I like that. I just collected a lot of silt. Very big W. That wasn't even all of the silt. And then what we can do is we collect all this silt, and once we get home, we can run it all through the extract meter. The extract meter will give us, I don't know, I mean, all the silt that I ran through it have only given me ores, and my main thing is, the reason why I'm still even really down here is because I need emeralds, at least to progress the magic storage system. I need emeralds. So, that will probably at some point be important. But, I need emeralds. Like I was saying before, I need emeralds. Emerald will allow me to progress into magic storage. We're not really running into like a massive storage problem at the moment. But I feel like soon... Oh, what is that? I think you're an enemy. Lost Pearl? I can't remember. Are you an enemy? Yes, you are. I was right. Woof. Not really sure how I feel about this. married. Leave me alone, heathen. Deceiver of fools? What was that? I've never seen that before. Freaky. Oh. What would be awesome is if... Is that a heart crystal over there? I think so. Oh, it's a blood moon. Well, we're underground. It'd be a lot worse if we were not underground. If I'm being honest. I don't think there's anything really, like, scary that can spawn up here. Or spawn down here. During a blood moon. I guess it's possible. But I wonder what that Deceiver of Fools thing is supposed to be. The idea behind the Lost Scroll thing to, like, lure unsuspecting people in. When I first saw it, my first assumption was she was an NPC. Because in this game you can find, like, certain NPCs or whatever that do certain things. Like, after you do, like, a goblin army, like, mission or whatever, you can find in the mines somewhere, like, not in the mines, but in the underground, the caves, you can find the Goblin Tinkerer, and the only way to get the Goblin Tinkerer is by finding him. Right? That's what I thought that was. I thought it was just a matter of, I thought she was just an NPC that I had to find. The Goblin Tinkerer isn't the only one. You also have to do that with the Wizard. The Wizard is also found underground. I think the Golfer is as well. But I don't know. I suppose I could be wrong. So what I can do is, for now, I guess it's not, oop, nope, you're gonna attack me. Whatever, it wasn't bad. I just want to collect this Crimtane ore, because, I don't know. The more I talk about it, the more I'm kind of convinced that I'll be able to... I don't even know what I'm saying. I'll be able to craft something with it. Wow, that took a while to get that thought out. I think for most of the, like, major stuff, like, Crimtane armor, I need the tissue samples. But I don't think, for the less important stuff, like, the pickaxe, I think you need one for, you need tissue samples for the sword. Or whatever. We're not exactly at that point yet, so we're gonna not worry about that too much right now. Oh, that was my pet. Oh, I thought there was some, like, creature or whatever, like, running up on me. Whoa, that scared me. Okay. So... let's break that. A healing potion. Usually when I play Terraria, I don't really use the ropes. But I'm starting to realize... nope, 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 no. Why did she have to jump down there? Just made this 10 times more complicated. But whatever, it has some pretty decent knockbacks, so... Do you drop anything? I mean... pretty okay amount of gold, I suppose. Coins, money. Which is always useful. Anyway. So, I guess for now... just mine until, like... you know... I gotta be careful, because I'm worried I'm gonna end up running into, one of those stupid boulders again. What's the point? You're dumb. Oh look, a little gem cavern! Can I get, like, an emerald, maybe? There seems to be quite a few different gems. Quite a few different types. I would very much appreciate it if you gave me one emerald. I don't think I'm really asking for that much. But, you know... I don't know... I just want to kill that. Okay. Now, more platinum. Cool. Gold. That. Hunter potion. There's a location of enemies. Cool. We got some diamond gem corns. That wasn't from that. I was just saying. That gem tree thing that we broke earlier. A little bit before. Gem corns. I'm looking... Doesn't seem to be still any emeralds. How is there no emeralds? I do not understand. Ooh, see? Try to sneak up on me again. Okay. Not sure how that happened. But it happened. That totally went through the ground. I don't think it works like that. Could be wrong. I was under the impression that, rocks were solid. Right? I mean, one would think so. You know? But you know. learn something new every day, right? So. Let's see. These guys need to stop trying to attack me, dude. It's not working for them. Get off me. Okay, I guess what I could do is first flatten this out a little bit. Because water only goes downhill, it doesn't go uphill. I don't really have much else to do in this world, really. So after this I might get off, since it's almost 12. I have to be up at, I don't know, 8? Just to make sure I have enough time to finish the reading that I didn't do earlier. So, yeah. Yeah, this looks to be just a lot of rubies and amethyst. And some topaz, too. But we don't need any of that stuff. I mean, maybe eventually, but not right now. I'd very much appreciate it if I got some necessary stuff. Like emeralds. Emeralds sound good. But it seems like there's not a single emerald in this little gem cave thing. Which is unfortunate because emeralds is all I really need right now. We also have yet to come across a an emerald gem tree. So we are currently missing that. There's an amethyst gem tree. If we ever need more amethyst, we probably have more amethyst than any other gem. But you know, you never know if it's useful or not, you know? Maybe somewhere out of nowhere it becomes super massively widely useful. And I was knocking it the whole time. You know, that's always a possibility. Now we're just going my little glow stick. That looks like a big cave. And tons of platinum. Whoa! That's something we're definitely going to. We're getting that before I go. Getting platinum, like tools, but specifically platinum armor will help us, probably next time I stream, really, fight the Eye of Cthulhu without dying. It will also probably help us explore the Crimson without fearing for our life. Can't make any promises, but that's my impression. We just collected an insane amount of platinum. How much platinum do we really have? 124. This over here is... Sorry, we had to turn on the auto thingy. That's just tin. Well, I guess... I suppose we can grab that too, whatever. I think that's just water. I think also that's just a sapphire. Never mind, that wasn't anything. Cool. We can grab that silt though. More tin. I kinda want that tungsten. That's all tin. Okay, we're getting out. I think we've collected all the silt we've needed. I don't think there's anything really more that we can use. One more little glance. I don't also see any more hearts. Just seeing pots. So, we use a recall potion. And then we will... No, get out of here. I'm trying to open the chests. Can you move? Move! Thank you. Okay, so deposit. Stop. Deposit. Oh yeah, we wanted the silt. We have all this silt now. All this silt can be taken in here and used here, right? And it'll just cycle through. Just mine. Oh, I got an emerald! Got an emerald. We got an emerald now. This is prompting me to stay up just a little bit longer. Amber mosquito. We're also getting tons and tons and tons and tons of gold. Like money. We're also getting copper, which I think is the alternative to tin. We're getting lead, which I think is the alternative to iron. We're getting tungsten. I don't know, which I think is the alternative. Nope. Gold is the alternative to platinum. So what is... There's tin, there's iron. What are the other things that we have? Tin, iron, tungsten, platinum. It doesn't appear that there's even other... Anyway, let's just grab out all of our ores that we collected. Tin there. We didn't get that much tin ore, but then again, we kind of were just ignoring it. We didn't need tin ore. What I want to see is all of our platinum ore. Where is all of our platinum ore? Platinum ore... Right there. We didn't really get as much as I thought we did. But we got a pretty substantial amount. Oh, wait. When did we get 2 life crystals? That we just didn't use. Cool. Alright, so what were we doing? Amber mosquito summons a little baby dinosaur. I like my little shark, but what are you? I think I like the dinosaur better, I'm not gonna lie. I think the baby shark is kinda cute, but that takes the... No, that is so adorable. What was it? Oh wait, we forgot to smelt up our bars. So we got a couple copper bars, a couple more tin bars, 69. Some iron bars, some lead bars. Not that many though, but then again, lead isn't the actual ore. Silver. Is tungsten the alternative to silver? Maybe that's why I haven't seen any. We got some gold and then some platinum. I'm pretty happy with that. Fast statues, you can craft those? Iron, gold, and rubies? Interesting. Interesting. Color of evergreens. That seems pretty nice. That's a pretty decent upgrade. Fairly inexpensive as well. I think it just cost me some tungsten too. See, let's look at this. So helmet 2. So it goes 2, 3, 2. This one is 5, 6, 5. Yeah, we're doing that. 5, 6, 5. And then what we can do as well is platinum crown.
Can I make it? Can I just craft a platinum crown?
I can't remember. I think I need slime and I really don't know. There's a gold crown. Do I have any slime on me? Because we can just ask the dude to look it up. Like a star. We can just ask the dude to look it up. Have that. Mr. Guide. Crafting. What are you used for? Slime crown. It requires a crown and some slime. Cool. So, what we're gonna do is, I guess, I don't know, make a platinum crown. Not a platinum crown, we're gonna make a gold crown. We can get more platinum, but it's just not that easy, kind of inconvenient. So we'll just make a gold crown, because we have plenty. We're not gonna fight the boss now, but this crown will allow us to make, a spawn item for King Slime. I can't remember if you need a demon altar for it or not. I don't know. Maybe you do. Do you? Okay, yeah, you do need the altar. So unfortunately, we can't do that right now. But we've set it up to where, as soon as we want to, we can. We have all these bars, and nothing to do with them. We are actually out of space. We can toss the, well, can I sell these to the merchant? Make a little bit of gold. Sorry. I doing? Need a chest. A chest will take him some space. At least until we can move it. But let's just toss all those in there. So, this little guy... I'll sleep after this. We need a storage component, 2 diamonds, and 3 emeralds. Component, 2 diamonds, 3 emeralds. So we have 3 emeralds, we need the component, and 2 diamonds. 2 diamonds. I'm not seeing them in that chest. Right here, 2 diamonds. Cool. And then we need that component right here. And then this over here will allow us to craft this. The core component for any magic storage system. Required for a storage system to function. Okay. Now what do you have to say? We've done that now. After placing down that, you will need to create storage units in order to store the items for the storage heart. Component for storing items in a magic storage system. You can store up to 40 items. Okay. Excuse me. At the moment, that is all beyond me. It is time for bed. My bedtime. Time to go to sleep. So we'll just put that there, that there. This, save and exit. And that's it. Cool. We made some pretty good progress. I hope the audio stayed consistent. It doesn't appear to be messing up or whatever. But yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys had fun. Hope I wasn't too